Hi all, I'm Daswell and you're watching Rowvian Gaming. This is Space Engineers. I'm about to start on a survival series and was browsing the Steam Workshop and YouTube for some mining ships. I hate manual mining, so I needed a ship. And came across one from Dragon Nation Gaming August last year, I think. I'll put a link for it in the description, but he does use modded thrusters and maybe one or two other things, so I wanted a vanilla version. So yeah, in this video here, we're just going to have a look and try and build our own little version. Purely vanilla and little resource intensive for the beginning of the game, but not terrible. Mainly for the reactors, but everything else is fine. Usually always starting landing gear and build up for no other reason than to get some clearance and have it detached from everything. The main change that I'm making to Dragon Nation's his version of the ship is I need a little bit extra thrust, but I also want ejectors on this thing. I hate sorting out stone and the likes for myself, so this one takes a little bit of extra space in the back, but I do get it on there. I'm going to use symmetry mode as well. Most of the ship is mirrored from one side to the other, so you flick your symmetry on just with N, and to get your plane, cycle through M. I want it exactly like this. Left click, cycle through again until I get my blocks. Okay, we need the conveyors for where the drills are going to go eventually. Put those up there, and then straight away let's get started with sorters. This is where the stone is going to come. As soon as I've placed them, I always pop into the cockpit and just rename them, just so I don't get them confused with the sorter to keep things. So we'll just sorter eject 1 and number 2. Okay. Right, with that going, we can now get them up a little bit. What am I looking for? Here we go. Curved pieces. There's one there, and in this one I've put 6 ejectors per side using these conveyor junctions. And there we go. We'll place the sorters, the ejectors on in a moment. Let's just stick on. Also, like the original, I'm using 3 gyros. It works absolutely perfectly. I've had no issues with the gyros whatsoever. Turn that off. Little antenna there just so we can broadcast whatever our ore detector finds. And that's about it for that side. We now want another sorter. This is the sorter that's going to keep all the ores coming through. And we tidy this up a little bit. Right. Medium cargo container. Just going to use one of those, and we want 2 large reactors. Okay, we put it straight on there, and reactor there and there. While I'm here and think about it, let me get a connector, and I want an ore detector. There. Okay, that did not place correctly, did it? Ah, it did. Perfect. Okay, and we'll hide our ore detector over there for no particular reason, then that's where it's going to fit. That's it for the back, I think. Okay, now we need drills. This one, I think the original one only had 2 drill heads. I'm going to use 4. Also, just purely because why not? Put our symmetry back on as well. Did that do both? No, of course not. Okay. Am I putting this in the right place? Just excuse my fumbling things around all over the place. Never been very good at that. Why is it still not placing? Aha! So after all that, we're going to start all over again. And the drop. Right. Hey. Haha! Okay, our 4 drills. Some spotlights. Excuse me. And while we've got our spotlights, we also want atmospheric thrusters. Here we go. Okay, spotlights. We'll just put them right there. Okay, spotlights on, and now thrusters. So, using 3 large to get us up. I tried it with 2, but it just wasn't enough. When I got a certain weight inside me, I was really struggling. So that's why the last one goes on the back there. And then little ones. That should be good there. 4 in each direction. Funny enough, even when this thing's heavy, these don't slow it down. But it works good enough. There we go. Okay, 2 over there. And then on this side, I want to pop in 7. Here we go. Yes. 3. Just to slow it down. And funny enough, I think that is all of the core systems. Everything is there and working. I can go forwards, I can go backwards, left, right, up, down is fine. Yeah. Okay, let's pop inside again, and now we sort out our ejectors, which I haven't placed yet. So put those on. That's gonna drive me nuts. Let's get these first. I will fix that in a moment. There. Oh, that's a bugger up. Okay, give me a second. Let me refix that. Okay, there we go. Welcome back. Yeah. That's what happens when you're just doing the bare bones. There we go. Okay. 6 ejectors per side. Make sure they're all there and fall off the base. Okay, now let's sort out our ejectors. There we go. All of them. I want them all to collect all and throw out. I want these ejectors. They're gonna... These are ejectors. Yeah. So these ones, we whitelist stone, which means they're gonna accept only stone and then pass them on to the ejector, so all the stone goes through. If you're drilling through the glacier and you want to collect the ice, then if you're drilling through the glacier and you don't want to collect the ice and just have it eject out, then you just come into these 2 sorters, add the ice over there as well. Okay, next is this one. This is everything we're going to keep, so let's just rename you. And then what this one does is we put this one to blacklist stone. It's on blacklist already. Blacklist stone, and it'll accept everything except stone. that should be it as far as setup and configuration is concerned. No, one more thing I need to do. Find our spotlights, create a group, call those spots. Okay, that's all for that. Now we can set up our hotbar, and we want weapons and tools. Put you on there. Groups, turn our spotlights, and our connector is here. Switch lock, and for now I'm just going to put the landing gear on. As soon as I get airborne, I'm going to get rid of that, but I need to be able to get airborne first. So from the outside, like I say, this is just all the bare bones of the system. After this I'll put some armor on it and give it some color, but for now let's just give it a little bit of a test. If we unlock that, right, we've got up, forward, backward, left, and right. Okay, we will get rid of this hideous thing. Right, so we've got enough thrust, obviously in the back for the two large thrusters. In the front, we can be vertical without changing our speed at all. And ore detector, I'll just put you up. I know there is a little bit of ore up here in front, which we will use to go test. She accelerates really quickly when she's empty like this. As you can see, slowing down. Obviously not as quick, but good enough, I think. Right, let's pop outside for this. We'll just come down. We can see there's some silicon. What else do we have? Uranium. Okay, let's go for the silicon. Okay, just using the right-click drilling. Create a bit of a gap once we eventually get into the ground. Okay, with that in progress, make sure I haven't broken anything off. Good. Okay, we'll do a left click, make sure our ejectors are working. Yep, and they are all spitting out the stone. Fantastic. Go in, we seem to have found the silicon. Okay, I think for a test that should be good. Ejectors are finished spitting everything out, and we can see we only have silicon left inside the ship, which is perfect. Nice big hole over there as well. You can use it for excavations. When I start my series, it's going to be used for two things, obviously the mining, and then I'm going to set up a base, I think, inside that cliff face over there. So there's going to be lots of excavation that I need to get done. Okay, let's come to a stop. There she is for now. Turn those spotlights off. Okay, let me throw some armor on here. I'm not the most creative when it comes to making things look pretty, but I'm going to throw some armor on here, and then we'll come back and make sure everything's good. Okay, welcome back. Here she is. Yellow is stock standard industrial color as far as you ask me, so most of it is yellow. Just got some dark armor all over the place, just a few contours. Probably the only real change addition that I did underneath with the connector. I just placed a camera there just so that you can see when you're lining up with the receiving connector. Yeah, that's really about it. Quite looking forward to using this in a survival series. Obviously got to hand mine until I get all the resources I need for it, but I think it'll be a worthwhile time investment. Yeah, if this works for you, let me know, please. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I do have a vent on the front here, just because could set up, I think in the original version you had an oxygen tank in the back as well. Don't think it was a vanilla oxygen tank, so I've just put the vent on for aesthetics more than anything else. Might change the color, but that's really about it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope the ship is useful for you, especially in a vanilla environment, and we'll speak to you next time.